right up there with the Golden Gate Bridge in Chinatown, you know. I mean, it's one of the must-sees when they come into town, you know. And that's another reason why I love working out here is it's, you know, it's exciting. The fire truck is a 1934 Diamond T, and it was purchased specifically for Alcatraz to fight fires. And it fought a few kitchen fires on the island. Santa Claus would also make his appearance every Christmas. And then inside this gang box is basically a clutch device. You engage the clutch. Pull this bar across the cell, and that is the slammer. And that was part of the punishment of Alcatraz when you heard this door close behind you. We got you. You're not leaving anywhere. Air vent at the back of their cell and loosen the concrete up and then push the vent in. So it looked like the vent was still there as the convicts were sleeping. They had climbed through this vent and went up above the cell block and created a raft for them to escape from Alcatraz. Well, we're in the dungeon, or the basement of the Citadel here, and as we walk around, it's pretty dark down here without a flashlight. We're in the moat. Originally, above us would have been blue sky, and the building would have sat in the center of the defensive ditch, is what it was known as. The alcoves here, you would have had a man locked up in one of these jail cells for 19 days. And we've actually got some carvings from the 1930s of convicts that were doing hard time down in this dungeon here for talking. They broke the silent rule. In the early years, they didn't want convicts discussing escape attempts. The staircase leads up to D Block, which replaced the old dungeon here. The director of Bureau of Prisons came out and did a tour of the facility and said, get rid of this dungeon and build a brand new treatment unit. And a lot of the stories of the Spanish tunnels or the dungeons of Alcatraz came from soldiers and then federal prisoners seeing their friends come down this staircase and never returning. What happened to Frank? What happened to Joe? Well, they took them up the staircase that we came down on the opposite side of the building and moved them off the island. But they played psychological games with these prisoners to keep them guessing on what's going to happen next. But we get people that come out just to see the light. They don't care about the penitentiary history or the Indian occupation or the military history. They are lighthouse people, and this is on their list.